I am using the Star of Light stamp set. This actually does come in a bundle with the Starlight Thinlets dies. Lots of gorgeous dies here that we get to play with today. So exciting. This is a really good deal. If you bundle these products from the holiday catalog, you save 10%. Okay, so to make the start of our box, we are going to be using the Fun Stardust Flourish from the Star of Light stamp set. I'm using my Smoky Slate Classic ink. And we're going to start by stamping in the middle of our cardstock and just making a flourish design that goes all the way across. You don't have to get too precise. Don't worry if it's not exactly how you want it. It is going to be okay. And then I have a collection of smaller stars on this block. So I'm just going to fill in the space around, rotating my stamp as I go. And then I'm going to go back in with the Stardust and just do the outer edges. And once again, just fill in a couple of those blank spaces with your stars. And now it's time to do a little bit of scoring. So with the long edge up at the top, you are going to first score it at 2 5/8, 5 1/4, 7 7/8, and 10 1/2. Rotate, and we are going to score it at 5/8, 3 1/4, 5 1/4, and 7 7/8. So now it's time to do a wee bit of cutting, and by a wee bit I mean a ton. So I hope you guys are ready. We're going to first trim away these 2 little rectangles on the side here, and then we're going to kind of miter in this tab a little. Okay, and then do the same thing with these 2 sections here. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Now cut up each one of the score lines up to the middle scores. All right, so now we're going to trim these 2 pieces here down about 1 inch. So we're going to cut off approximately 1 inch. It doesn't have to be exact, it's just a tab. And then we're going to miter this by cutting out a little triangle like so. Do this one as well, cut off about 1 inch. And miter it in this direction. We're going to get rid of this tab here completely. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Now we're going to trim off 1 inch from these 2 here. And on this, you're going to miter this side of the tab. So if I have it like this, I'm going to cut in this way. Okay. And then we're going to miter this side of this tab. So cut in like this. So this is what it should look like, and I'll let you take a moment to breathe this in. All right, now we're going to take our corner rounder. This is the Project Life corner rounder by Stampin' Up, and we're going to round. If my tab is here, I'm rounding these two corners. And I'm also going to round these two corners here. I'm not going to worry about this one because we are going to be doing some big shot work on this panel. Take your bone folder and do some scoring. Crease those score lines. So the only score line I don't really want to crease is on this panel here. I'm not going to reinforce the crease here or here. I'm going to leave those alone. But all the others, go ahead and do. All right, so again, I have everything creased except for this line and this line. Leave those alone. Okay, we're going to take some tear-in tape and we're going to put that on our tab here. And fold it over and stick it down like so. So the bottom of our box is the side that only has the one flap. It's the side that has one of them missing. So I'm going to put that together first. So you're just going to tuck your sides in. And then tuck the flap in. Just like so. There's the bottom of our box. And we flip it over. Here is the top of our box with our goodies. You just put in whatever you'd like and fold it up, tuck in your flap, and then you may be thinking, what the heck is this for? Well, we're going to cut that right now. So I'm actually going to open the box back up. You just want to make sure that everything tucks in and folds nicely and everything is correct. So to do this flap here, I'm going to fold all of my flaps out of my way so that this is the only flap that is up, okay? We're going to do some big shot work. All right, so first what I want to do is take a piece of shimmery white cardstock, and I want to take this thinlet here from the Starlight Thinlets Dies, and I'm going to cut that out. I'm also going to take a scrap of that paper that we cut out from our box, and I'm going to cut out one of these small guys here. Okay, and then bring in your box with your big shot. Make sure you have those flaps tucked away. We're going to be cutting out an image on here. So now I'm going to use this framelit from that Starlight Thinlets Dies set. And I am going to tuck the flap that I did not crease in like this. And I want to center that half of the star right about there. So I have, give or take, just slightly over a ½ inch of space from the box here to the top. And then just center that point in the middle and lay it down. And I'm going to run it just far enough to cut this here, not all the way. So right when I hear that first crack, all Big Shots are different, so you might not hear that crack, but you kind of have to get a feel for your machine. So that's as far as I'm going with that. Okay, so this is what we have so far before we fold up our box. I'm going to bring in that shimmery white snowflake that I cut out, or it looks like a snowflake, but it's a star, but you could use it as either or. So then what you're going to do is with the longer side going in to your box, you're just going to use the fine tip glue pen and glue that right down. So grabbing out my glue pen and just doing a few dots here and there on the back of my snowflake. And then just find the spot and then just hold that down just for a moment. Put the tip back on your glue pen. Very important. You do not want to leave that out for more than a minute or two. All right, and now with that tiny little itty bitty blue star that we cut out earlier, I am going to use this little image here with some smoky slate ink. And I'm just going to line that up right in the middle of that little cutout. There we go. So tiny. You can see him right there. Teeny tiny little guy. I'm going to take some clear Wink of Stella and color that in. And I'm also going to take a rhinestone. We'll do one of the larger guys down here. Stick that right in the middle. And grab a glue dot. That right in the back, and then you can put that right onto your star. Just like that. Okay, so we can fold the bottom and then fold the top. And there is our box. Here is our box so far. Just a few more things to do to decorate and we will be done. I'm going to take some of our Whisper White organza ribbon and I'm just going to wrap that around and tie a little knot in the front. And there we go. Now you can just fill it up with the goodies of your choice. So I have some Lindor milk chocolate truffles. So just for a size reference, you can fit 5 in comfortably. You could probably squeeze more in if you'd like. And there we go. There is our adorable Star of Light gift box.